Alright, welcome back to Flight Sim 2024 and welcome to something a little bit different because, as you can see, we're in a tail dragger today. Now, I'm a terrible tail dragger pilot, particularly on takeoff. I actually find the takeoffs more difficult than the landings. But KSV, which is my RV-14, beautiful orange RV-14, which on FSEconomy I ferried all the way over from the United States, has touched down and been reassembled here at Wonderboom in South Africa. And we're going to be doing a cross-country flight today in KSV from here at Wonderboom down to Mthatha in the Eastern Cape. Now, it's going to be an interesting flight because the weather just that way becomes quite bad. So firstly, I'm going to be flying a tail dragger. It is late afternoon, so we might end up getting there in the dark, which could be an issue at Mthatha. And yeah, the weather in between here and Mthatha is going to be pretty interesting. So we're going to be flying IFR using Beyond ATC for our air traffic control. Do we have any air traffic? It doesn't seem like we do. Nothing on the ramp at Wonderboom today. Right, let's jump in. And we can close this. I like this thing, so I'm just gonna put this over us. It's pretty cool. Right, let's get things fired up. So we can turn that on, and then we can do these guys. Fuel pump we don't need just yet. Autopilot we can turn on. Nav lights can come on. Pitot heat we don't need just yet. Right, fuel, we'll set that to the left-hand tank. Let's just sync these up. We'll put that full forward. That can stay out for now. Crack the throttle just a little bit. Okay, parking brake is set. Very nice. Let's just accept that. Right, so I think the first thing we should do is just get our route set up. So let me grab that. Okay, Wonderboom to Mthatha. It's actually super simple. Runway 29, direct to Evuva, and then direct Mthatha. So that's really easy. Okay, Wonderboom. Then we have Evuva and FAUT. Oh, that was really simple. Okay, let's just get rid of the messages. Right, we're not going to have any departures, no arrivals, and approach, at least we have an RNAV and a VOR. Okay, so that can help quite a bit when we get to that side. Right. What runway did I say? I think it was 29. Yeah, we're expecting runway 29. Okay, we'll see what ATC gives us. I think we can power up. And then we will call... no, let's call first. So ground is 120.6. Okay, 1206. Come on, 1, 2. Oh, because I'm on the nav radio. Genius. Okay, 1206. We'll put that in. And then tower we'll have next, which is 11835. So that we can leave where it is. Cool. Wonderboom ground. Good afternoon. Zulu Sierra, Kilo Sierra Victor. On the ramp, ready for IFR clearance to Mthatha. That was a great confident start to using the radio.
Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor, Wonderboom ground. Expect runway 29er. Climb 7,000 feet on runway centerline. Then expect radar vector Zavuva. Squawk 5310.
Okay, expect runway 29. Initial climb 7,000. Radar vectors to Avuva and squawk 5310. Kilo Sierra Victor.
Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor. Read back correct. Call me back when ready for start or taxi.
Call you back, Kilo Sierra Victor. Right, let's set 7,000 over here. And I think that is our cruise altitude all the way down. Right, we are currently 1023, so that's on this side. Like so. Cool, and then I think we can fire up, and then we'll say we are ready to taxi. So that's good. Nice and simple. Alternator comes on. Okay, almost full fuel. Oil temperature's coming up. Pressure's good. Engine temperature, cylinder temperatures are coming up. Right. And Kilo Sierra Victor, we're ready for taxi.
Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor. Runway 29er taxi via Charlie. Bravo. Hold short runway 06.
29 taxi via Charlie Bravo. Hold short runway 06. Kilo Sierra Victor. Right, let's get out of here. Okay, what I can do is taxi lights. Right, we are clear left, we are clear right. Parking brakes released. And let's taxi out of here. Okay, we're gonna hold short of 06, which is down here. So we go all the way along here. Right hand turn and then hold short of 06. Okay, we're parallel to 06 now. It's just over there. Just need to be able to see this turn coming up. Okay, altitude is set, squawk is set. We simply need to sync up the heading bug with the runway once we are there. And Kilo Sierra Victor, holding short runway 06. So this is 06 coming up here.
Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor. Cross runway 06 at Bravo. Continue taxi via Bravo.
Cross runway 06 at Bravo, continue taxi via Bravo. Kilo Sierra Victor. Okay, so what I've struggled with on takeoff with tail draggers, and this one in particular, is you push the throttle forward on takeoff, and it ends up veering
Zulu
to the
Sierra
right.
Kilo Sierra Victor. Contact Wonderboom Tower 118.35.
118.35. Kilo Sierra Victor, good day. So it like veers off to the right and you compensate with the rudder. Sorry, it veers off to the left and you compensate with the rudder. And then when the tail comes up, it just shoots off in the opposite direction, and you just get into this huge oscillation. So that's what I'm going to try and deal with. Okay, let's flip that in. Wonderboom Tower, good afternoon. Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor, runway 29, ready for departure. Okay, fuel pump, lights.
Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor. Wonderboom Tower. Wind 320 at 4. Fly heading 290. Runway 29er. Cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 29, Kilo Sierra Victor. So what I've found is that if I hold a little bit of back pressure on the stick until the engine gets up to like full RPM and you build up a bit of speed, the airspeed indicator is alive, then you can allow the tail to pop up. That, I don't know how realistic that is, but that has made it doable. I wouldn't say good, but survivable takeoff. I'll probably get it all wrong now, so let's see how this goes. Okay, that's done. We just need to sync up the heading, and they said 290, like so. Cool. Right, so a little bit of back pressure. Off the brakes. Nice and easy, up to full power. Okay, right rudder. Then we'll let the nose come up. There it wants to go left. Now it wants to go right. And we're up. And flaps coming up. Okay, I'm gonna get the autopilot on. Let's come down here. I'm gonna turn off my head tracking for now.
Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor. Contact Johannesburg Control West 118.5. Have a good afternoon.
118.5, Kilo Sierra Victor, g'day. Right, we can bring the power back a bit. Control, good afternoon. Zulu Sierra, Kilo Sierra Victor, passing 6,000, climbing 7,000.
Zulu Sierra Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor, Johannesburg Control West, radar contact. Continue climb to 7,000 feet, QNH1023.
Continue climb to 7,000, QNH1023, Kilo Sierra Victor. Okay, weather doesn't look too bad here, but we're gonna go into it down there. I can tell you that for free.
Sierra Victor, turn left, heading 195. Expect further clearance in about 8 miles.
Left heading 195, Kilo Sierra Victor. Okay, they're gonna take us out over Pretoria and Johannesburg. There's another aircraft there. Right, we are level, so let's go to our cruise power. A lot less noisy now as well. What's interesting though is 7,000 also puts us directly in the special rules as we go through. Basically as we cross the Magaliesberg here. Or I don't know if you actually, I don't think you count this as part of the Magaliesberg. Maybe. Here's Hartbeespoort. We cross this ridge, we're into the special rules area, and they won't be in comms with ATC. That's the whole point. So I don't know if in reality ATC would let you go through at 7,000. They'd probably put you a bit higher. There's an aircraft directly in front of us. Link 181 Tango, so Airlink flight that must be coming into our Tambo. 900 feet above us, so they might be being vectored around to go into our Tambo.
Link 846, Johannesburg Control West. Expect Octet 1 Delta, runway 21 left.
Expect Octet 1 Delta, runway 21 left, link 846.
Alright, that's Pretoria.
Descend to flight level 140.
Descend to flight level 140, link 846.
Okay, fuel pump can come off, taxi lights can come off. We'll keep the wigwags on in the special rules, just makes us more visible. Okay, Link is now turning towards our Tambo, so I think we were right. We're getting those vectors. I reckon we're gonna have to ask ATC to let us climb higher, because right here we're sitting in these clouds. It's gonna be terrible. We might have to stay here for now because it means we don't interfere with Tambo and to an extent Lanceria's traffic. But I think it's a bit unnecessary. If the clouds stay where they are now, it's a bit unnecessary for us to sit in that the whole way to Mthatha. can see Link is now heading the opposite direction, vectored back in for our Tambo.
Johannesburg Control West, Safari 280, flight level 074.
Safari 280, Johannesburg Control West, identified.
074, they might have just taken off either from Lanseria or our Tambo. Wow, we're going right over the top of our Tambo. We might even, if the clouds open up a little, we might even see that Airlink flight. Okay, 2 hours and 20 minutes to our destination. Let's keep an eye out for Airlink. I don't see anything at the moment. Oh, they're more in front of us. Well, if we stay like this, we might see them as we go over the airport. One of the like Fed Air charters or something like that going into Kruger. There's another aircraft. Is that the other Sapphire? 322, there we go.
Heading tree 40. Climb to flight level tree 50.
So they just took off from our Tambo. Probably heading to King Shaka if they're going up this way.
Safari 322.
It doesn't tell me where they're heading, does it? Yeah, it doesn't say. Yeah, if they're going out that way, they're going to Durban. Right, we're still on our same heading. I think Airlink is now touched down because they're off the display. And we're gonna go pretty close to our Tambo, so we should be able to see them taxiing in actually. What I am going to do is switch tanks. I do that every time, turn it the wrong way. I turn these up as well, just in preparation for it getting dark. so landing from this side, they would have landed on the far runway, so they're probably taxiing either down, it should be down there, yeah. Nothing on the display at the moment. I think because we're not flying to Artambo, Beyond ATC doesn't draw the aircraft on the ground, which would make sense. So we're not seeing anything. Okay, that does make sense. So that it would have just despawned when they landed. We are plodding along nicely. And maybe push the throttle up a bit and just go for a little bit more speed. So that's concerning. According to this, we're not actually going to make it. Let's see how this works. Okay, so leaning that bit extra, we're gonna be right on the edge of our endurance when we get to Mthatha. So we'll keep an eye on that. 125 knots indicated. We have dropped a little bit of speed with leading the engine up more.
Link 846. Descent to flight level 120.
Descent to flight level 120, link 846.
We just need them to give us a direct to our waypoint now. And Control Kilo Sierra Victor would like to request altitude change to 9,000 feet, please.
Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor. I didn't get that altitude. Say again, altitude.
Flight level 090, Kilo Sierra Victor. Okay, I think that's why, because the transition I think is 8.
Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor. Confirm new altitude flight, level 090.
Affirmative, Kilo Sierra Victor.
Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor. Roger. Climb to flight level 090.
Climb to flight level 090, Kilo Sierra Victor. Okay, that should help our fuel economy as well, which is actually the main reason why I wanted to do it.
Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor. Climb to flight level 090.
Climb to flight level 090, Kilo Sierra Victor. Okay, we'll just do a gentle cruise climb up to 90.
Link 846. Contact Johannesburg approach 125.8.
Contact Johannesburg approach 125.8, link 846.
Heading 020, Kilo Sierra Victor. That is going to take us back behind us. Why? Kilo Sierra Victor, we would like to request direct to fix Evuva, Echo Victor Uniform Victor Alpha, please.
Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor, you're currently being vectored, unable direct at this time.
Great, we're now going backwards. That's really not gonna help. Okay, I'm gonna just take over here and do a direct. We can't stay like this and wait for Beyond ATC to figure it out. Otherwise, we're gonna run out of fuel. so I'm just looking at the map on Active Sky, and the rain and cloud starts, or the lower level cloud, I think, starts here once we cross the Val Dam. So other side there, we're kind of going through this way, yeah. So it's kind of like here where the rain starts, so that might get interesting. Also, since we're at a flight level, I guess I should set this, not that, this to standard. So we are now on our GPS path. Let's see what that's done to our fuel. Okay, so climbing up to 9,000 has improved it a bit.
Severe 280, contact Johannesburg Control, East 119er decimal 9er, bye-bye.
Center on 119er decimal 9er, Severe 280.
Got a bit of a tailwind as well, 6 knots. So we can see Val Dam coming up. I want to just see what happens with the weather once we get that side. I wonder if this airlink behind us is going to East London, because they're pretty much chasing us. Okay, again, looking at Active Sky's map, the weather starts off with like light rain, and then probably half an hour or so later we're going to be hitting heavy rain. Okay, I'm pushing the power up again.
Safir 390, flight level 074.
Okay, so that's probably another Sapphire that just took off. That
Safir
must be a
390,
GA aircraft.
Johannesburg Control West, identified.
2,000 feet below us. Sapphire 390.
Johannesburg Control West, link 929 Tango, flight
How
level
are they
360.
at 7,000 feet?
Link 929 Tango, Johannesburg Control West, identified.
Yeah, something's gone wrong there for sure. Right, now we need to check. We're at 70% power. Has pushing that up destroyed this? No, we're kind of okay. See, that's why this is negative. I hope this is correct. Oh, we've actually got 28. No ways. So that's going to be cutting it pretty close. Maybe that tailwind will pick up. Something's broken on that Sapphire flight going along at 7,000 feet. Sure, look at that. As we are approaching Valdam. Again, just on the other side. I'm gonna be going into the rain, I think.
Safir 120, contact Johannesburg approach 125.8.
Contact Johannesburg approach 125.8, Safir 120.
I'm confused. So 19.5 and 19 gives us a total of 28. That's 38. 722 is going to King Sharker at 7,500 feet. This doesn't make sense. That's not adding up correctly. Under 2 hours to go. And I think once we can see what's happening with the weather other side here where we're expecting the rain, then I can maybe cut the video and just cruise along for a bit. We've almost been going for an hour now.
Globe 124 Kilo. Contact Johannesburg approach 125.8.
That's a lift.
Contact Johannesburg approach 125.8. Globe 124 Kilo.
Since we're out of the special rules, which we actually have been for quite a while, let's turn off the wigwags and the landing lights. So strobe and nav lights we still have on. 126 knots, pretty good. I'm totally baffled by this fuel calculation. Also, the 28 isn't going down. The right tank is going down, which makes sense because that's the one we're on. The 28 hasn't gone down at all. Wonder if the 28 comes from what I put in there. So let's... maybe if I just adjust it. So...
Johannesburg, Control West.
19584, 37.9. Yeah, see, that doesn't change
147
that.
Juliet, Johannesburg Control West, radar contact.
Because if we actually have 37.9, 37.8 left, we've got plenty of range to get to Mthatha. But if we're only on 28, we're going to be cutting it very close.
Link 274 Papa, Johannesburg Control West. Expect Tonka 1 Alpha, runway 05.
Expect Tonka 1 Alpha, runway 05, link 274 Papa.
That's us crossing over the dam. How are they going to descend
Get up 1 Delta, runway 24,
from 7,400 feet?
Safair 322, descend to flight level 120.
Descend to flight level 120, Safair 322.
They're at 079 now. They're going to descend from there to flight level 120.
Safair 322, clear direct Gatak. Resume on navigation.
Roger, we'll head direct Gatak, then resume on navigation, Safair 322. Thanks.
Safair 322, contact Johannesburg Control, east 119er.9er. Bye-bye.
Center on 119er.9er, Safair 322. Have a good afternoon.
Link 274 Papa, Tonka 1 Alpha, runway 05. Report ready for descent.
Tonka 1 Alpha, runway 05, ready for descent. Link 274 Papa.
Link 274 Papa, descend to 9,000 feet. QN H1012.
Descend to 9,000 feet. Link 274 Papa.
That is not going to work at 9,000 feet. Okay, I think we're gonna make some adjustments here. So look at that, we're not gonna make it over any of that. Okay, that might work a bit better. The only part that concerns me is this bit. So let's maybe remove that. Let's do this. How did I remove that one before? Okay, I can just delete that. Let's do that rather. And then if we come in here...
Control West, Severe 626. Good afternoon. Flight level 360.
Was this one, right?
Severe 626, Johannesburg Control West, radar contact.
Okay, that keeps us out of the high terrain. Cool. Let's now see. Oh, there's the rain. Oh damn, that calculation wasn't until the end, it was only until the next waypoint. So 2 hours and 4 minutes, we're right on the edge here. Gonna switch tanks again. The weather does actually seem to be getting worse. Was that lightning? It's gonna be bumpy here. outside temperature is 15 degrees, so we shouldn't have any issues with icing at this stage. That was definitely lightning.
Safari 289, Johannesburg Control West. Expect unpalm 1 Bravo, runway 21 left.
Expect unpalm 1 Bravo, runway 21 left, Safari 289.
Alright, there's the rain.
Safari 390, contact Johannesburg Control, east 119er.9er.
Contact Johannesburg Control, east 119er.9er, Safari 390.
Wow, it doesn't say anything on the weather, on the metars and stuff about storms. It's actually quite close now. Okay, well, the rain has stopped for now. Oh, it's back again. I think we might be breaking out of that strip for now of weather. So I'm going to let it cruise along for a while, and I'll join you again just now if the weather becomes an issue, or we realize we're going to run out of fuel, or we are prepping for our descent into Mthatha. Control, good evening. Zulu Sierra, Kilo Sierra Victor, 9,000 feet. Ah, should have said flight level 090. Did it again.
Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor, Johannesburg Control East, identified.
Right, welcome back. As you can see, conditions are
Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor.
not great.
Contact Cape Town Control East 12.7. Have a good evening.
124.7. Kilo Sierra Victor, good evening. Cape Town Control, good evening. Zulu Sierra, Kilo Sierra Victor, flight level 090.
Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor, Cape Town Control East, radar contact.
Right, as you can see, it's not looking very good. It is cloudy, the rain is intense every now and then, there has been some lightning around us, but we're about 50 miles, maybe a bit more, 60 miles from Mthatha, and the weather looks a little clearer around Mthatha itself. So no rain, broken clouds at 2,500. So we might actually be able to make it in there. You can see we're just skirting over the tops of this now. And every now and then we dip into it and the rain is pretty rough as well. Let's see. Winds 160 at 5. So I reckon 140 or runway 14, I mean 140 degrees. Is that the one with the RNAV? Yes, it is. Okay, that's good. Coming at 8,000. Minimums gets us down to 540 radio, 2,920. Are we in the rain again? No, not quite. Temperature 10 degrees outside. Radio's been pretty quiet. Not much going on out there this time.
Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor, turn left, heading 100 Victor for KD Mthatha.
Left heading 100 Kilo Sierra Victor. So there we begin our approach, or our arrival. I'm not really looking forward to landing a tail dragger in the dark. I think that Mthatha has runway lights. If it doesn't, we are going somewhere else, and that'll probably be East London, and yeah, we should have enough fuel to get to East London. I haven't a clue what any of this is doing because none of it seems to match what's actually going on, so. So just sitting on top of this layer. And then every now and then there's a break like that. Terrain's pretty high here, but it's gonna drop off. Over there, drops off quite steeply. Look at all that yellow showing up now. So that must be the town of Mthatha there, those lights. Are we still too far for that maybe? There might be another little town closer in here. Now's probably a good time to say that I don't think I would do this in reality. Single engine at night over this high terrain, bad weather. Yeah, I wouldn't do this. So just off of our right hand side there's the town of Yuki, so it's probably that one. This should hopefully give us a vector soon that takes us... Geez, where are they taking us? So the runway is there. again, I'm gonna just do my own thing here. I don't know, Beyond ATC's vectors today have been a bit all over the place. Right, and I think what we can do let's get onto that RNAV. Right, 6,800 at Dunvey. Top of descent in 12 minutes. There it is up there. Cool. Yeah, so this is actually the town of Yugi here that we're flying right over. Just accept this. Edit waypoint, select tab. How do I just say yes? Okay. Doesn't matter. We've got it on here anyway. But yeah, that is kind of strange. Direct 2 pops up. There's no way to just say yes. Okay, 6,800, 5,800, 4,800. Let me guess, 3,800. Obviously it'll be different. 3,350. 2920. Q&A Judd and Mthatha 1020. Okay, like I said, a little bit clearer here as we get closer to Mthatha. So we're about 9 minutes out. And we're about to make this left-hand turn here, which should put us onto, there we go, which should put us onto the approach. I don't know why that torch freaks out like that. So we do have a VNav. I don't know if we can engage that. It doesn't seem to do anything. Does this not have lights? Yeah, I can't engage that VNav. Could also be because this is not set correctly. Okay, let's start bringing the power off as well. You can see our banana. So we just need to get that on done V. Just ditch beyond ATC at this point, to be honest. There's a tower for Mthatha. Let's just go over that. 1213.
Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor, you were...
Bye. Mthatha Tower, good evening. Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor, RNAV runway 14.
would it be unavailable? Okay, I have to keep turning this light on, which just freaks out. Okay, there's the approach. That should put us on the glide path. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna bring the prop back up to full. And the mixture back to full as well.
Tower Kilo Sierra Victor, visual runway 14.
Mthatha Tower Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor. Visual approach for runway 14 is unavailable. Please proceed with your current flight plan and approach.
Tower Kilo Sierra Victor inbound to land.
Mthatha Tower Zulu Sierra Kilo Sierra Victor. Landing clearance is not issued at this time. Please maintain your current flight path.
Okay, I'm ditching beyond ATC. It seems totally confused. Right, let's get landing lights, taxi lights on. Yeah, we're slowly catching up to that glide path, which is good, keeping about 100 knots. Okay, which tank am I on now? It should be on the left tank. Cool. Okay, missed approach, 126. Right turn to S-Tub, and we go to 6,800. 1020. City lights are quite bright. The weather's cleared a lot. So I think we should be okay as long as the runway has lights, which I think it does. Okay, we're about 5 miles out now. On the glide path, basically. Not perfect, but pretty close. I don't think there's runway lights. Can see it here on the synthetic vision. I don't see anything in front of us. It should be this side of the city. So I think that's the terminal. The runway is here somewhere. No lights. There's no runway lights there.
Okay, let's go heading. Come on. There's the runway, but wow, that is... Yeah, we're not doing that. We're going to East London. Okay, let's get a new flight plan going. Right, then we go to Ibla. Then Etgeb, and then East London. Okay, weather at East London. Winds 260 at 11, 17 degrees, QNH 1023. Few clouds at 2,200 feet. So winds at 26. So we'll take ILS for 29. Scattered showers in the vicinity of East London, so we may have some rain to deal with. It looks like we're definitely going to have some rain to deal with along the way, but at the airport itself it looks like it just says scattered showers, so could be moving around. It's just depend on when we get there. Okay, fuel, we're still good. We're on the fuller tank. We're gonna be going into the yellow before we get to East London. So we'll probably be in this band, but I think we'll be good. About an hour's flight to East London from here. That time will drop a little bit once we level off here because we'll pick up a bit of speed. Right, we're about to level off at 8,000. Okay, there's 8,000. Let's bring that prop back. Down to 46 minutes. Little bit of a headwind. 7 knots is not insignificant. Okay, we're pretty settled here. We're gonna cruise along for the next 40 minutes or so. Expecting to go back into some rain again just now. But let's cruise on and I'll join you again a bit later. I wanna see. Oh, why does that turn off? That would have helped me so much. It just switches off again. That's annoying. I wonder if it's got like a keybind assigned to it that's causing that. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, anyway, I'll be back shortly once we're a bit closer to East London. We're basically going to be heading straight to the coast here and then all the way along the coast to the airport. I'll see you in just a bit. Okay, we're not too far from East London now. Let's actually get set up for the ILS. I'm going to start bringing the power back a bit as well. So let's just do... got the vertical navigation on. I actually just need to check in here what our intercept altitude is. It's at 3,000. Cool, 3,000, and it is 109.9, which we have in. So we'll dial this down to 3,000. QNH 1023. Okay, 1099 is set. Missed approach 4,500. Minimums 611. Okay, very nice. Hopefully we can make it into East London. East London definitely has lights, so I do have to manage to land this tail dragger though. And it's windy. Great. 260 at 11. So we have probably 4 or 5 knots off of the right hand side. No, sorry, left-hand side. It's the runway is 29, the wind's coming from 26. Okay, let's get the lights on again. Probably turn the pitot heat off. It's 9 degrees outside, but we're not in the clouds at the moment, although it looks like we might be heading back into them, but I think we should be fine. On the fuller tank now, which is the right. Actually, we want to go down to 2,000. Okay, minimums are set. We've got the ILS 14 miles out. Runways in sight. There it is over there. Now look at the water. It is kind of windy out there. Localizer captured. And glide slope captured as well. Right, prop coming back to full. Mixture coming back to full. Minutes out. Just under 10 miles. It is windy. 14 knots, 14 knots from the left, 12 on the nose. It should drop a bit as we descend further. Let's just double check that missed approach 45. Okay, that's correct. Right, 7 miles out. Oh, 7.5. Okay, we are feet dry again. Fuel pump coming on. (1,600 feet), 5 miles out. We'll start getting flaps in. Okay, lights, Q&H, missed approach, minimums, gears already down, clear to land, props mixture, fuel tank. Control. Okay, just keep it straight. Right, welcome to East London. Okay, I'll get the flaps up. And we can take the next taxiway to the left here, Alpha 2. Which I'm struggling to see. Okay, there's the yellow line, so we can follow that.
Okay, fuel pump, transponder, landing lights, strobe lights. Here it is here. Oh, no, this is the runway. I was gonna say, somewhere here is the turn to the GA apron, which is down there. So that was the runway, so then it must be the next one. Here. And these two guys are always out on the apron having a chat. Day or night. Rain, snow, hail, doesn't matter. Then we can go ahead. And this we can switch off. That can come off. Let's put this back. Mind you, I suppose we can leave that covered when it's outside, and we just need to unlatch that, and then we can open the door from there and jump out. Right, welcome to East London. Not where we planned to land, but when we departed, I did say there was a chance we'd have to divert. But what a cool 4 hours cross-country flight in the RV tail dragger. I think my takeoff was okay, not the worst ever, and the landing was quite a bit better than I expected. So a decent 4-hour run in the RV to kick off the cross-country flights that I will be doing with this aircraft. And once again, love the TDS GTNXI GPS, so cool to use. And it's incorporated nicely into this aircraft, so it makes it even more of a pleasure to fly. But anyway, that's going to bring us to the end of the video. As always, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy it, you know what to do down below, and hopefully I see you in the next one.